Hello YouTube, I am very excited today because I'm here to talk about my very first grail in the realm of techwear, super modern clothing. It's the piece that started this whole madness for me. You can see it hanging back there. I am very much into grime, a genre of British hip hop for those of you who don't know.
I feel so glad I'm free, alive and kicking. For years I've been kicking up a dust and winning. For years I've been picking up a mic and spitting. Telling everybody how my whole team's living. Telling everybody how my whole team's wavy. Got the 6 spitters in training just like they were army and navy. Hailed them up for all the bravery. It was the London streets that made me.
I also used to have a bit more of a roadman style at some point. But then I saw Skepta walking in a video with this jacket and I thought, what is this piece of clothing? And then I started researching and I saw Brian Valdezno wearing it, and that led to the Nikelab ACG videos, and then I found out who the bald guy was, and then that led to the acronym Jitsu videos, and well, the rest is history, obviously. I am, of course, talking about the white Nikelab ACG 2-in-1 system jacket from 2015. I mean, look at it. It's so fucking awesome. I didn't even think I would ever get my hands on it. Nowadays, it's quite hard to find, especially in a decent condition. I mean, it's white Gore-Tex. It gets dirty when you look at it. Now, I have seen it for sale before, but when I started this crazy expensive hobby, I made a deal with myself that I would never pay more than retail for anything, and no matter how much I wanted it, which has been quite hard with things like the Lunar Forces or the Olive Prestos, because they are almost never offered below retail, or just completely destroyed. Did finally find the Lunar Forces not too long ago though. I will also do a video on them soon. But back to the 2-in-1. As I said before, always outrageous prices, until I saw one posted for just over retail in very good condition, so I jumped right on it. Offered a bit under retail and they agreed. I was a bit hesitant first about the sizing. It was a size small and I usually wear medium, even though I can fit most smalls. I don't really like my clothes being too tight, so especially not in this style. So I asked some people who I knew had it, like Willem de Smith from Discord and Brian himself, for some advice, but ultimately it just came down to putting it on. Luckily, the seller actually lived in The Hague, where I live, which made it all the more feel like destiny, of course. So I went up there, I put it on, and it just felt like it was made for me. It's crazy. Actually, the sleeves are quite long. I did a comparison with my 2016 Olive Alpine, and I have to say that the sleeves are, which is medium, and I have to say that the sleeves of this jacket in small are just like maybe an inch longer than the sleeves of the Alpine. Even though the Alpine is a bit more roomy in the chest area, and longer obviously, but it's also a very different cut. So it's a bit of a difficult comparison because it's a very different jacket and it's a very different fit, but still I think well, the small doesn't feel too small for me in any way. The only place in the jacket that feels not tight but not roomy is the lowest part, the part that sits on your hips. But that's maybe because I have quite a big butt. I don't know. But it's not really a problem. I mean, I can close the jacket, it doesn't feel too tight, but if I put my hands in my pockets, it's just, so I like to wear the bottom part open anyway, so that's not really a problem. I love it so much, it's crazy. I've been wearing it for 2 weeks straight now, and I almost love it more than my J1A, equally maybe. The only thing I miss when compared to the J1A are the gravity pockets, because those are really convenient pockets for my public transport card. Makes it really easy to swipe the gates without having to pull something out of your pocket. So there's less chance to lose anything because, you know, I lose things. Besides that, I like the pocket placing very much. It's nice that there are 2 pockets next to each other on the left side. That's where I now keep my public transport card and in the front, and then my phone in the back. There's also an inside pocket on the right where I keep my bank card because that's more secure. And then there's 2 pockets on the sides for headphones, masks, disinfecting spray. It's perfect. All zippered, of course. The front zipper moves very smooth, much smoother than the one on my Alpine. I can usually just use it with one hand, where the one on my Alpine really needs help. So I think the fit is quite roomy for a size small. It actually feels like a medium to me. Without an insulator, I can move around very freely without the jacket looking oversized. If I close it all the way to the top, I can still have a hoodie under it without it choking me, which is really nice because I like wearing hoodies, especially when it gets a bit colder because I barely have any hair left. I like the way the collar stands with the hood folded away, which goes pretty easy. After some practice, I can now fold it away without taking the jacket off. It still looks a bit stupid, but I think if I do this more often, I can probably do it faster. Anyway, it is possible. The liner that came with it actually is a bit on the small side. Because the liner actually comes up a bit short in the sleeves, especially around the chest area, even though I have quite a small rib cage. If I wear like a thick sweater under it, it just feels a bit tight. Lucky enough, I actually bought a separate liner a few weeks ago, which I think belongs to the very first 2-in-1 system jacket, the black one from 2014, which I bought in medium. And that actually just fits great in this one. Probably, I haven't tried the zipper, the aux zip yet, but that will probably not entirely fit. But as the size, it just fits perfectly in there. And under that one, I can just wear a sweater and yeah, it just looks great. So I'm really happy about that. I will just keep the original liner for if I ever decide to want to sell this again, which I don't think I will, but no, I don't know. So when I got it, it was in really good condition. There were almost no stains on it. This was definitely not worn very much by the previous owner. As I said before, I've worn it for like 2 weeks straight now. So it is getting a bit dirty here and there. Though the worst thing that's happening is, I can already see, and that will probably go pretty fast, is the branding on the shoulders, because I like to wear a backpack. I just wear my ACG responder every day, everywhere. That will rub off pretty fast, I think. It's already starting to damage after 2 weeks, so I think at some point that 3M coating will probably be gone. But I mean, you know, I think clothes are there to wear. I don't really see the point of buying something and then putting it in your closet and only wearing it at special occasions. I just, you know, I think it's worth so much more to you if you just, you know, wear it, and eventually it will wear out probably and get dirty or get damaged, but you know, that's life, I guess. I wouldn't want to save it just to save it. I don't know. I personally don't see the purpose of that. I buy my clothes to wear them, and then I'm just gonna wear them until they wear out or until I get bored with them and want to sell them. That doesn't, on the other hand, mean that I don't take care of my stuff. You know, it's a Gore-Tex jacket and it should be washed. The most damaging thing to a Gore-Tex shell is actually your skin oils and dirt that gets into the fabric and causes delamination. So I washed it once when I got it because it was pre-worn, so you know, just it didn't really smell or anything, but just for the feeling. I didn't really like putting something on that somebody else wore first. How often am I gonna wash this? I don't know, maybe twice a year, 3 times a year. It depends. I'm gonna see how it looks at the end of this winter. Well, that about wraps it up for the 2-in-1 system jacket. If you have any questions or just you want to say something about the jacket or about me or about my videos, you know where to leave the comments. I love to talk to you guys and about the jacket, obviously, because I love it. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of this content. My next video is probably going to be the P31 that I just ordered from the last acronym drop. Very excited about that one too. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you in the next one.